Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Starcraft 2 beta commentary. My name is WTii and I'll be guiding you through this 1v1 on the gold ladder. It's between Kalidon as the red Protoss versus myself as the blue Zerg. The map is Blistering Sands. Now, this guy is actually rank 1 in his division. I believe it's division 78. And as you may have noticed from my last video, I told you I was clawing up the ladder. So I think I'm about rank in this. When this game was played, I was about rank 12 or something around there. So at the moment, my current games involve playing everyone. That's quite good actually. It's quite interesting. I think I'm playing better people now than I was when I was playing in rank 56 in Platinum Ladder. I'll explain that in a moment. Basically, what I'm getting at is in terms of silver players, because you don't just play people on gold ladder. If you are on gold ladder, it depends who you're matched up against, but the only silver players I've gone against are either rank 1 or rank 2, no worse than that. Gold ladder is rank 32 at the least, at the worst, and rank 1 as the best, which this guy is rank 1, and yeah, I've come across plenty of rank 2s, rank 3s and all that sort of in gold ladder, so I play a lot at the top in gold ladder, and in platinum I've played people who are about rank 22 to like even better than that. Usually platinum ladder is between rank 20 to rank 50, so obviously that does reflect quite well. You know, if you're going to play people in silver that are less than gold, you only play the absolute best. If you're going to play gold, you play the best to, you know, pretty damn average. And if you play platinum, you play average to not so great. So let's get on with this game, shall we? As we can see, I've got myself an evolution chamber. This purpose was because I saw that Stargate, so I want to get myself some spore colonies. I do believe that's what they're called. Yeah, I got it right. No! No! I got it wrong. I was so confident of that one. I'm sure I had that name pegged. Damn. It's actually Spore Crawler. Tut tut. Anyway, we can see a Void Ray making his way. He's going for the Overlord. That's woken me up, and I've realised that there is a Void Ray there. So he's like, oh no, I actually want to go for his main as quick as possible before he can get any anti-air. So he's just let me know that his Void Ray is on the way there. That's why he didn't actually stand the Overlord, although he could have done. I think he wants to try and get into my main and destroy it as fast as possible before I can put up any sort of defense. So really what I'm intending to do is keep my expansions with Spore Crawlers, thank you, and move on to making Hydras. I believe is my mindset in this game so far. He's got 2 Zealots, 2 Void Rays. I've got more drones than he's got probes, and I've only got 2 Queens. That's my only anti-air, apart from obviously the Spore Crawlers. So I want to drag the Queen back, allowing the Spore Crawlers to bring down that Void Ray. Oh dear. Now that's a slight advantage with Zerg, is once you get used to Zerg, you do start to distinguish which units are which between, you know, amongst the creep. Whereas if you're not used to facing against Zerg, you don't often see a lot of the units or buildings that's inside the creep. Like, I don't think you actually even saw these Spore Crawlers, because they are kind of invisible when you're sort of looking at like the main and stuff. Unless you're deliberately looking at the Spore Crawlers, they blend in quite nicely. Now we can see here he's going to want to do a push. He saw that the Void Ray thing isn't going to work, so he's going to have to bring in some units, some ground units. He's got a couple of Zealots, few Stalkers. Right now that is a pretty good army, considering I've still only got 2 Queens and 3 Zerglings. Not really much to stop that so far, so I've just got to sort of buy myself some time. Probably bring down those Zealots if I can get us around with my drones whilst trying to do some damage to these Stalkers. I've just got to constantly try and hold him off as much as possible. I'm still getting a lot of resources from my main. That's fairly saturated, so it's not too bad here. As long as I can distract him long enough. My Queen has got to be pulled back at some point, otherwise I'm going to lose it to that Void Ray. As you can see, he still keeps his damage. If you notice, this is something I'll point out to you, a lot of people probably don't realise this. Before I go on to that actually, I'm just going to basically keep on bringing Zerglings, as many as I can afford. Unfortunately I haven't got the I want the Hydras, but I can't quite get the Hydras just yet. Or rather I can, but against the Stalkers I'm going for the Zerglings, because Zerglings are pretty good against Stalkers, providing you can get a good surround, so that's what I'm aiming to do. I bring down my Zerglings here, Zerglings on the right, Zerglings on the top right, and try and get in. I managed to get one, but I can't quite get that surround as perfectly as I'd like, so I have to bring them back. I can't really risk keeping them inside all of that fire, so I have to sort of hit run, hit run, hit run. I am losing a couple of Zerglings, but I can still afford to do that. I really need to get myself some Hydras though, because I am going to lose this if I do not get myself some Hydras. I've got the Hydralist Den, so really need to crack on him. There we go. Hydras are coming out. This is going to be a lot harder for him to push against me now, because he can just kite those Zerglings quite easily with that army. Now what I was getting at is the Void Rays is next time he attacks with them, I'll point it out, but I'll say what it is now as well. You see he's got three, what should we call them? Just call them 3 guns basically. Now that's 3 charges he can basically get. Each charge does more damage than the last one. So the first one does 5 damage. I don't know what the second one does, to be honest. I'll keep an eye on that if he's attacking. So yeah, these Hydras are basically pushing him away. He knows he's got to retreat here, because otherwise he's not going to win this fight against all the Zerglings and Hydras. I've definitely gone a bit crazy on the army. I need to bring out some drones, otherwise I'm going to lose in terms of economy. But as I was getting back to the point of the Void Rays, oh my god, I get distracted all the time. Here we can see 3 guns. So each gun charges up. Takes about 2 to 3 seconds before the next charge comes on. So it takes like a good up to almost 10 seconds basically before he's actually doing full damage. And full damage is quite significantly more than its original damage, its first set of attacks. So I guess it's hard to point out. I'll show it whenever I can, but a blue beam comes from one of the guns, and then 3 seconds later, if he's still continuing to attack, a second blue beam will come from one of the guns, and then 3 seconds after that, a third blue beam will come from all the guns. It's sort of like they all point into that blue pylon in front of it that then fires out. And then basically, if he decides to retreat after attacking, say for example with 3 charges, he's got roughly about 2 to 3 seconds to retarget and attack something, and then he'll get to keep all of his charges. You'll see it a lot more clearly in the next battle that comes up, whenever that may be. But I'm just trying to point this out as well as I can. Here we can see he's got an expansion. But yeah, if he doesn't attack within like 3 or so seconds after having full charges, it goes back to the very first original charge. So really with Void Rays, even when you're retreating, you want to sort of hit again, then run away, then hit again. That way you can keep your maximum damage. It's very, very good note for you to take down there if you ever decide to use Void Rays. Have a little practice with it, you'll see what I mean if you can practice with it. For those that don't have the Starcraft 2 beta, I am sorry, because there are still a lot of people playing the beta at the moment. I'm just doing a little scout, as we can see, photon cannons. I believe there's about 99 divisions, even more, on gold, and each division has 100 players. So when I say this guy's rank 1 and I'm like rank 12 or whatever, don't take that too literally, because that's rank 1 out of 100 people. You know, in the grand scheme of things, this guy probably is nowhere near like total rank 1, and I'm nowhere near total rank 12. There's probably a lot more people better than me. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of people playing beta now, which is good, because games are a lot more accurate. As I was saying earlier, I'm playing people that are either very, very good in silver, or very good to good in gold, or good to okay in platinum. So it's pretty accurate right now, the ladder. So that's one good thing so far that Blizz might have noticed. It's working as intended.